Doing these Brand Impact 365 videos have really opened my eyes. By talking about the things that brands that make impact do, I'm realizing that some of these things I'm not doing in my business, or some of the things that I've currently, like the format of my business, doesn't really align with all the things that I am presenting to you as well. So I've decided to rebrand my personal brand and my business brand. And I am going to document that through this Brand Impact 365 and give you guys updates on how this is going. So the whole reason why I decided to rebrand is I decided to do an audit, right? And every once in a while, I feel like we all should do an audit. An audit is just, you're going to go over, look things over of what you've been doing in a certain area, and just check it out. See what's been going on, what the patterns are, a brief check-in. When you're talking about taxes, you can get audited, right? As far as they'll go back over and see what you've been doing for the past couple years, tax-wise, okay? I decided to do an audit on my life for the last 10 years. And I did that for my personal life as well as my business, my professional life as well. And when I looked back over the last 10 years, I realized that even though my mindset has changed and maybe I've gotten older, a lot of the patterns that I have been doing have been the same. And me as an entrepreneur, as a human being, right? In our minds, we feel like things change all the time. But when you really sit down and look, how have you been evolving in the last couple years, right? What have you been doing that's different? And for me, I haven't really been doing much. I started my reselling business in 2018. I've been working on the reselling business. I've been revamping it, where I've sold, it's like women's fashion, right? Jewelry, clothing, things like that. And then from a personal perspective, I am a creative. I love music. I love artwork and creating things. And so my whole environment around me is formatted, it's built, it's designed where I've got, like paint and arts and crafts on different shelves. And then I have all my inventory and things packed on different shelves. And I'm looking around and I realize, now that I've been talking with you guys for the Brand Impact 365, I really want to do more. And if I'm on a journey to make millions of dollars, how I'm living right now, it doesn't give me millionaire vibes, right? It gives me more of somebody who is making it, paying the bills, right? Just getting through the day, making sure things are getting done. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are ready to level up, when you start seeing things from a different perspective, like I've been seeing all these entrepreneurs living their best life because of these impact standards, these impact ideas that they have. I want to do that too. And in order to do that, I have to change my environment, change my way of thinking, change my branding to align with how I see myself in the future, personally and from a business perspective. So I've decided to rebrand. And I did talk in an earlier video where I'm not just revamping, but I am rebranding my office space. And that goes along with it too, because again, the way I have my area set up, it's more for like, a creative that's just, dabbling in artwork and painting, not somebody who's doing coaching and conducting business with these different sellers and things. So I need to revamp my space. And then also when it comes to personal branding, I've just been known as the creative who's an entrepreneur who just kind of does whatever she likes, right? Kind of goes with the flow. So if today I feel like I want to create an album for, I just want to create an album, musical album, I am going to do that. If I decide today I want to work on a book, I'm going to do that. If I decide today I'm working on jewelry, I'll do that today. Like I don't have really a rhyme or a reason. I just kind of go with the flow. And from a millionaire perspective, you have to focus on something, right? You can't always just go, yes, you can go with the flow on some things, but when it comes to your business, when it comes to your brand, you have to have some kind of direction. And with my brand, my direction is I'm kind of all over the place. So I want to hone in a little bit on what my brand is personally. And then from a business perspective, I wanted to do the same thing. So I've decided to narrow down what I offer. So I don't just offer women's fashion, all types of women's fashion. I've decided to narrow it down where I'm just offering silver plated gemstone jewelry. Narrowed it all the way down. And then I'm also gonna, so it's gemstone jewelry and European charms, collectible charms. So those little things, those little tweaks that I did, now it's like, okay, I'm gonna be known for gemstone jewelry. I'm gonna be known for collectible charms. For my business, from LaMorvielle Fashions, I'm gonna be known for these shopping events that I'm doing. Versus from my personal perspective, my personal brand, I will be known for somebody who does what she says, gets things done, right? Tries to find new ways to be better with what she's got going on, right? So, and that's not just from a mental perspective. That again is my environment, the things I do, the things I say, how I dress, how I decorate my house. So you're going to start seeing lots of different changes with my brand, with my business brand, where and as I say changes, I'm going to show you how to subtly shift your business brand. So that way, yes, people will notice that you've shifted some of the things that you're doing, but you don't want to do it so drastically that people are like, whoa, this is too much, too quick, too soon, right? It's almost like a shock. So I'll start showing you how I subtly change my branding as I go through it. And the first one that I am doing right now, just to give you a perspective, if you do follow me or you do watch my other channel or see some of the things I do with LaMorvielle Fashions, you can go and check it out. But I'm going to be over this month slowly taking away all the clothing out of my store and just focusing on jewelry. You'll start seeing my websites more focused on jewelry. So I don't know. I just wanted to give you that insight because sometimes we get to a perspective where it's like, no, this is my business and I can't do anything different. Or personality wise, no, I've always done it. I've always done it this way. What are you talking about? Change, right? We've got to be open to change just a little bit, especially if we have ideas of being more than what or who we are, right? If we for me, for the last 10 years, I'm like, I'm going to be this entrepreneur that makes money and I don't have to work for anybody. And that was my mindset. I just don't want to work for anybody. And I've been making that happen, right? I don't have to work for anybody. I'm making just enough. I never really thought about being a millionaire or this impact brand until this year, where I started doing more research and exactly, how the more successful, impactful brands are doing it. And so because of that, I've decided that, yeah, I need to rebrand. I need to get more aligned with this impact brand that I have in my head. And by doing that, not just by doing that, but by talking about it, it's been easier for me to show you guys how rebranding can be done, and along the way give you guys some ideas to help you if you decide or if you notice that you might be, stuck in the past a little bit with your brand and you just need to revamp, right? It is 2025. 10 years ago, that was 2015. Like, whoo, when you look back like 10 years, right? What's changed? Just without even your brand in the world, right? Think about how much has changed in the last 10 years. And if your brand, your business brand, your personal brand has stayed the same for the last 10 years while the whole world has been changing, you're kind of stuck in the past. So we got to revamp every once in a while, rebrand. I'm not saying rebrand every day or revamp every day, but every couple years it's good just to kind of look back, do an audit, and just kind of see, okay, well, this isn't working for me anymore. I have bigger goals. I have a bit bigger objectives that I want to um, accomplish. And if I'm going to accomplish it, I need to make sure that my brand, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, how I'm acting, and then my business all aligns with that. So that way I get to my goal, my objective quicker, right? I hope this makes sense to you because it all ties together. If your brand is not aligned with your objectives, with your goals, right? And if you, not just that, if you haven't defined your objectives or goals correctly, your brand might be out of whack. And that's where I was for the last 10 years. My brand was a little bit out of whack because I didn't really clearly define what is it that I'm trying to do. And now my goal, what I'm trying to do is be an impact brand in the industry that I serve. So that way I have better direction. I know exactly what my brand needs to do personally and business wise, and I'm going to focus on that. So take a look at it, friend. Why don't you do an audit for yourself? Just take a look at your business and your personal brand and see, in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, maybe it's been 20 years, right? How long has it been since the last time you set up your brand? Period, right? Since the last time you set up your business, when was the last time you actually looked back at the things you're doing, the things you're offering, and then just see, is it working, right? Even though you might be making sales in your business, right? What are your margins? What is your profit? Are you making enough? Are you losing money? And then if you're losing money, then maybe you need to revamp your offer. Okay. If you're a business brand that, you have customers coming, but are you getting repeat customers or are you just making one-time sales and then they're gone, right? Okay. If you're just making one-time sales and they're gone, you might need to revamp or rebrand, right? So just think about it, sit down, do a little audit for yourself and see what you come up with, friend. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me for another episode. I truly appreciate your support. Till next time, stay bright, stay beautiful, and keep on smiling. Later, Gators. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then like and subscribe to support Brand Impact 365 with LaMorvielle. And if you are struggling with your brand impact, then watch the next video.